The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, March 24 tease that Chance Chancellor is about to have a light bulb moment. Phyllis Summers needs to get away, and nasty Martin Laurent aka Alan Laurent raises suspicions. Here's what to know to be in the know why and our fans. It's going to come crashing down on Phyllis, the horrors of being held captive and almost dying. There aren't enough cheeseburgers in the world to stem that feeling. Who will she turn to? Phyllis doesn't want her children, Summer Newman and Daniel Romalotti, to see her vulnerable. This means she has to turn to someone else, and that someone else is Billy Abbott. These two exes get each other and Phyllis agrees to let him help her. Is that smoke we smell in the background for these former flames. Elsewhere, Martin raises red flags. Martin is pretending to be the good twin, Alan, but this can't go on forever. Traci Abbott ruminates over the strangeness that's crept into their relationship ever since she saw the clinic-related notifications. Then she heard from her nephew Kyle Abbott about the hostage situation at the abandoned insane asylum, and the more Traci thinks about it, the more unsettled she becomes. With Alan flying commercial to Paris, Traci's mind is uneasy. How could he leave her behind? The plan is for them to meet up in a couple days, but how will this farce really end? We ask because when Chance views the hardware store security footage, he makes a stunning discovery. Chance sees Alan buying equipment for the crazy room that Sharon and Phyllis were held in. Once details fall into place, Martin has a target on his back. He is guilty of kidnapping and twin impersonation. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Chance will be blown away as his investigation gathers steam, so come back here often, and we will keep you updated on all the twists and turns in this soapalicious storyline. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that there have been a lot of casting changes already this year, and it's only March. There has been some great new additions. Nathan Owen joined that show on January 8 as Damian Kane, but he was later revealed to be Holden Novak. The truth was revealed in February. Colleen Zink had played Jordan Howard since November 2023. She exited the show on January 23 when Jordan died from an overdose that was put in her tea. Melissa Ordway exited the show in November 2024 after playing Abby Newman since 2013 when the show took her off contract. Melissa returned for a couple of shows on February 28. Billy Flynn announced that he had joined Y and R on March 12 in a yet-to-be-announced role. Billy will also be playing Chad Dimra, though the end of 2026, since Days films about 9 months ahead. Jordan was lured to the Newman Ranch by Claire Newman. Jordan had tried to kill Claire and suddenly alerted her that her drink had been poisoned. Claire knew she would never get out from under the threat of her aunt coming after her family, unless she did something to get rid of her. However, Victor Newman was not happy. Victor was furious over the ladies doing this. Ian Ward was shot at the Newman Ranch as well. Ian had planned to kill all of the Newmans while Victor watched. Ian shot Victor, but when it came to Nikki Newman, Victor rushed Ian and shot him as well. It seems that Ian died after his gunshot, even though he opened his eyes on the ambulance. Ian's body was supposedly cremated. Damian Kane finally arrived in town and reunited with his mother, as well as his half-brother. Damian's mother is now getting treatment while Damian and his brother get better acquainted. Holden ended up being connected to Audra Charles. What exactly was their relationship when she was working for Tucker McCall? Damian has certainly found himself interested in Lily Winters. Lily has had dinner with Damian, but isn't looking for anything too serious at the moment. Is Damien that man for Lily, or should she back off a little to see if he plans to stay in Genoa City before she gets in over her head? Do Damien and Lily have what it takes to survive a not-so-honest relationship? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, March 24, 2025 are in. In the next episode, fans can expect Victor Newman to set a trap behind enemy lines. Nick Newman comforts Phyllis Summers. Meanwhile, Billy Abbott gets crystal clear with Sally Spectra. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. On Monday, March 24, fans can expect Phyllis to continue to be traumatized by her kidnapping experience. It's also possible that the poison had some weird long-term side effects on her. In any case, Phyllis is freaking out at every turn. For the most part, it seems that Phyllis is turning to Billy. Red went to him once again, needing this job. While he left her off the press release, he said he couldn't do the company without her. Then, the two shared an embrace. There is one instance in the next episode where Phyllis doesn't get comfort from Billy but someone else. It turns out that it's Nick. Fans also know that Nick recently rejected Sharon Newman's romantic reunion request. So, with Nick comforting Phyllis, could this reignite the jealousy in Sharon? While these two women will always be enemies, the kidnapping was supposed to change their dynamic a bit. They might never be friends, but being civil would be nice. When Nick offers his comfort, will this reignite Phyllis' feelings for him? Must read The Young and the Restless spoilers. Has Abby left Genoa City? Fans demand answers. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Billy will need to set Sally straight. With Billy and Phyllis being so close and spending a lot of time together, Sally could get the wrong idea. The interior decorator/fashion designer could see them hugging or spending a lot of time together. That could make Sally wonder if she's about to get betrayed again, just as she did with Adam Newman. However, Billy will set the record straight. Sally might accept his answer, but she had that gut feeling about Adam and Chelsea Lawson, too. So, Sally would be wise to continue listening to her instincts. It is also stated that Victor sets a trap behind enemy lines. In a preview clip, Victor confirms to Michael Baldwin that he has a history with Aristotle Dumas. Just who is the mysterious man, and what is his connection with Victor? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what is coming up next. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, March 24 show that Martin Laurent aka Alan Laurent raises suspicions, while Phyllis Summers lays low. We can tell you that crack detective Chance Chancellor is on the precipice of busting the case wide open. So here's what you need to know to be in the know. Before we get too carried away, remember that Y and R is preempted March 20 and 21 due to coverage of the NCAA basketball tournament aka March Madness. Soon after her release from Crazy Town, Phyllis was feeling her oats and chomping on hamburgers with her kids Summer Newman and Daniel Romalotti. But now that she's had time to reflect, her feelings about being in captivity begin to overwhelm her. Anyone would be devastated after what Phyllis went through, but she is a proud woman and she doesn't want her kids to see her vulnerable. Part of it is for their own good, since they have been worried about her for a long time. But like the good son and daughter that they are, Daniel and Summer are concerned about Mama Bear. Luckily, there is someone who can get through to her, and that is Billy Abbott. He helped to rescue her, and did anyone doubt for a minute that they will grow closer after their emotional reunion? Billy offers to help and Phyllis agrees Sally Spectra who. Billy and Phyllis have been through some tough times together, so expect them to fit together like a hand and glove. Meanwhile, the walls are closing in on Martin. Traci Abbott can't forget about the security alerts on his phone, and how Alan snapped at her. When she hears Kyle Abbott talk about the clinic madness, will Traci put two and two together? As Traci reflects on the story, she wonders about the coincidence between the messages and the captives. When Alan leaves for Paris without her, Traci is uneasy. Alan insists that they will be together again soon, but Traci is a smart cookie who wasn't born yesterday. Eventually, Chance realizes the Alan connection to Sharon and Phyllis via the hardware store security footage. Will Chance figure out the mystery in time, or will Traci become the next victim? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the young and the restless spoilers, news and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. You'd best proceed with caution into Soaps.com's latest young and restless spoilers for Monday, March 24 through Friday, March 28. Not only is what should have been the happiest time in Traci's life turning into a nightmare of epic proportions, but Sally is going out on a limb for Billy, Devin receives worrisome news, and Victor. Well, come on, it's Victor. If he's not hatching a plot, he's executing it. See what he's up to now below. Young and restless spoilers for Monday, March 24. Victor sets a trap behind enemy lines. As if he isn't any day and every day getting ready to spring something on Jack and Jabot. Oh, is Sally in for another heartbreak when Billy sets the record straight with current girlfriend? Since Nick comforts Phyllis, we can only guess that he's seen our photo gallery of potential new love interests for her and wants to move himself up the list. Y and R soapbox. Traci discovers the truth about Alan, and Phyllis' breakdown brings her closer to spoiler. Young and restless spoilers for Tuesday, March 25. Given the past that we now know Victor has with the enigmatic Aristotle Dumas, the intel that he shares with Lily is sure to be valuable. Sharon and Phyllis find themselves in a strange place, like maybe not wanting to throttle each other for a change. Devin receives troubling news. And right after Lily receives info from Victor. Coincidence? Melody Thomas Scott says a heartfelt farewell to her late leading man. I adored him. Young and restless spoilers for Wednesday, March 26. Nikki and Jack share a difference of opinion. Kyle and Claire break the rules. Though Sharon helps Traci connect the dots about Alan, is she helping, or potentially putting Traci in danger? Young and restless spoilers for Thursday, March 27. Traci voices her concerns with Jack. If we were her, we'd be doing so with a lot of exclamation points. Being the town pariah, Diane knows a thing or two about wearing her game face, so she ought to succeed brilliantly when she tries to keep up appearances. Billy shares his latest plan with Phyllis. Young and restless spoilers for Friday, March 28. It's been a few days since Victor shocked his family, but at last he catches them off guard anew. Jack worries about Traci's safety. Take a number, buddy. We're scared for her, too. Will Sally come to regret it when she calls Billy's bluff? The drama in the young and the restless just hit a whole new level. In a jaw-dropping twist, Chance Chancellor stumbles upon Alan, imprisoned in a dark, hidden cellar. But the biggest shock of all, Alan reveals that Martin was the one who locked him up. This revelation could change everything, but the real question is, why did Martin do it, and just how far is he willing to go? Chance has always had a sharp detective instinct, but nothing could prepare him for what he uncovered. After following a series of cryptic clues, he finds himself in an abandoned property, only to hear desperate cries for help. As he breaks through the locked cellar door, he is horrified to find Alan battered and shaken. The tension skyrockets when Alan, barely able to speak, utters Martin's name. Could Martin really be behind such a cruel act? And more importantly, what was his motive? While the details are still unfolding, there are a few major possibilities as to why Martin would go to such extreme lengths. A twisted cover-up. Did Alan uncover a dangerous secret that Martin was desperate to keep hidden? A revenge plot? Could Martin be punishing Alan for something from their past? Something we don't yet know about? A power move? Was Alan standing in the way of Martin's ambitions? And did Martin decide to eliminate the problem by any means necessary? No matter the reason, one thing is clear. Martin's actions may have just crossed the point of no return. Now that Chance has rescued Alan, all eyes are on Martin. Will he try to manipulate the situation, or is there even more to the story than we realize? With Genoa City already buzzing about his shady behavior, this revelation could send shockwaves through the town. But there's another major concern. Is Alan safe now? Or does Martin still have one more trick up his sleeve? If history has taught us anything, it's that the young and the restless is never short on shocking twists. With Alan free and the truth coming to light, Martin's world could come crashing down fast. But will he go quietly, or will he fight back even harder? And more importantly, who else could be in danger? One thing is for sure, this storyline is about to explode, and fans won't want to miss a second of the action. What do you think? Did Martin really go too far, or is there more to the story? Drop your thoughts below. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the official Young and the Restless channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Before we dive into the latest drama, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and give this article a thumbs up. It means the world to me. Now, let's get into some juicy spoilers that have us all wondering. Could Nick Newman and Sally Spectra be on the verge of rekindling their romance? Recent Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Nick Newman is standing firm on his decision to keep things platonic with his ex-wife, Sharon Newman. Lately, Nick has noticed Sharon leaning into him more than usual, her hopeful glances hinting at a desire to revisit their past. During a heartfelt conversation, Nick addressed the elephant in the room, asking Sharon outright if she was hoping for a reconciliation. Caught off guard, Sharon admitted to feeling lonely and confessed she's thought about them reuniting. She even asked Nick if he'd ever considered it too. Nick was honest but gentle in his response. While he admitted to occasionally thinking about their past, he also reflected on how much he'd hurt Sharon before. For Nick, their friendship is too precious to risk, and he's determined to keep Sharon in the friend zone. It's clear he still cares deeply for her, but he doesn't see himself as the man she needs in her life romantically. This decision leaves Nick single and, frankly, in need of some love. It's been a while since he's had a serious relationship. Meanwhile, across town, Sally Spectra's relationship with Billy Abbott seems to be on shaky ground. The two have been dating, and while they enjoy each other's company, there's no epic, all-consuming love between them. Things have been pleasant but not passionate, and now red flags are popping up everywhere. Enter Phyllis Summers, who's been leaning heavily on Billy as she spirals after her traumatic kidnapping ordeal with Sharon. Summer Newman has reported that her mother is falling apart, and Billy's been there to pick up the pieces, pulling him further away from Sally. Phyllis and Billy share a complicated romantic history, and recent events suggest those old feelings might not be as buried as they thought. On Valentine's Day, Phyllis had a vivid daydream of finding Billy alone in Paris after Sally left him for Adam Newman. In the dream, the two got romantic, leaving Phyllis stunned by the lingering feelings she didn't realize she still had. When Phyllis went missing during the kidnapping, Billy was genuinely shaken, unable to imagine losing her. It seems there's an unexpected spark on both sides, one they've been clueless about until now. Next week, Billy steps in to support Phyllis during a meltdown, and it's looking more and more like these two could be headed for a reunion. Phyllis doesn't care much for Sally's feelings, and she's been alone for a while, especially after her failed attempt to steal Danny Rumalotti from Christine Blair out of spite. All signs point to Billy drifting back to Phyllis, but will he break things off with Sally gently? History suggests otherwise. Billy's been unfaithful before, and he might cross a line with Phyllis before ending things with Sally. Either way, it looks like Sally could soon be single again. With Nick and Sally both potentially at loose ends, could Young and the Restless be setting the stage for a reunion? These two have a fascinating history. When they were together, they shared a deep connection, laughter, companionship, and an easy understanding. But two major obstacles derailed them. Sally's unresolved feelings for Adam Newman and the heartbreak of losing the baby she conceived with him. Though Sally genuinely wanted to love Nick and he was falling for her, the timing just wasn't right. Fast forward to now, Adam's out of the picture. After cheating on Sally with Chelsea Lawson Newman, he's ruined any chance of reconciliation. Sally's done with him for good, and Adam's moved on, falling hard for Chelsea again. With Adam no longer a threat, the path seems clear for Nick and Sally to try again. Maybe all they needed was time for Sally to heal from Adam, and for Nick to sort through his own feelings. Picture this. Nick sits at the bar at Society, swirling his drink, lost in thought after his talk with Sharon. Across town, Sally's questioning her fading romance with Billy. One day, they both end up at Crimson Lights seeking solace. Their eyes meet across the room, and in that instant, the comfort of their past reignites something between them. Rough day. Nick asks as Sally joins him at the counter. You could say that, she replies with a weak smile. As they talk, old memories flood back. They laugh about the good times and admit how much they've missed just being together. No drama, no stress. Over the next few weeks, their chance encounters turn into regular conversations. Nick becomes Sally's sounding board as her relationship with Billy crumbles, while she helps him navigate his own emotional crossroads. The more they talk, the clearer it becomes. They were good together, really good. The turning point comes at the Newman family gala, where Genoa City's elite gather under twinkling lights. Nick and Sally arrive separately, but by the end of the night, they find themselves alone on the balcony, the city sprawling below them. I keep thinking about us, Sally confesses softly. About how good we were together. Nick nods. Me too. We had something real, Sally. I don't know if we were ready back then, but maybe now. She searches his eyes. Are you sure? Really sure? He smiles, brushing a strand of hair from her face. For the first time in a long time, yeah, I think I am. They share a slow, lingering kiss, a promise of a second chance, free from old wounds and outside interference. Just two people who've found their way back to each other, ready to see where this new chapter leads. So, what's your take on this potential reunion? Could Nick and Sally finally make it work without Adam, or anyone else in the way? I love them together back in the day. If Nick's not ending up with Sharon, Sally feels like the perfect match. And with Adam and Chelsea seemingly solid, the path might just be clear for Nick and Sally to fall head over heels again. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Young and the Restless updates. See you next time. Sharon and Phyllis are trapped with no way out except to play the game their captor's demanding. And even if they win, they aren't sure what'll happen next. However, it won't be long until Sharon and Phyllis' awful ordeal finally ends. Phyllis and Sharon will eventually score their freedom, so it's time to start thinking about what the future is going to look like. This experience could transform both women, but we want to concentrate on Phyllis for a moment. There are at least 4 ways Phyllis could change after the kidnapping, so let's consider the new path she might head down. For starters, Phyllis and Sharon might actually learn to get along through the horror they've dealt with together. The game seems designed to help Sharon and Phyllis make peace, so they may take steps toward that in the end. Sharon and Phyllis aren't going to be best buddies, but they may find themselves able to make small talk without launching bitter arguments. Phyllis and Sharon will hopefully learn to respect each other more than they have in the past, so something positive could come out of this mess. 2. Phyllis' vengeful side gets worse. No matter who's behind this kidnapping, you can bet Phyllis will want revenge. Phyllis already had a vengeful side before this nightmare, but it's going to get even worse in the aftermath. Phyllis may make it her mission to ensure the person responsible pays the price, even if the game was perhaps done by someone with peacemaking goals in mind. Sharon and Phyllis have suffered regardless, so Phyllis will want to see their captor's downfall. 3. Phyllis gets serious about her love life. Of course, Phyllis may also get serious about her love life after this reminder that life's short and you have to go after what you want. Shortly before Phyllis was snatched, she had a romantic dream about Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, that left her taken aback. That may have been a hint about the man Phyllis is going to focus on once she's free again. Phyllis may latch on to Billy and deepen their connection once she's actually able to dive into the venture they've planned. 4. Phyllis makes a bigger enemy out of Sally. Phyllis and Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, were once fierce rivals, but they've dialed things down more recently. Although Phyllis still pushes Sally's buttons and thinks Billy deserves better, Sally's done her best to avoid engaging in too much conflict. That could change if Phyllis emerges from this captivity crisis and flat out starts pursuing Billy. Our why and our predictions hint that Phyllis will try to win Billy back, so that could fully reignite her rivalry with Sally and bring some exciting scenes. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Phyllis could make updates to her life in the aftermath of her abduction ordeal, so stay tuned for more news on her next chapter. We'll have all the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news you need, so make us your go-to why and our source. In a shocking twist on the Young and the Restless, Traci Abbott's seemingly steady life takes a dangerous turn as she falls deeper into Martin's seductive web of lies. Despite her family's repeated warnings, Traci's heart overrules her judgment, leading her into a reckless decision that could change everything. Traci, known for her sharp intuition, had long suspected that Martin was behind the elaborate scheme involving Phyllis and Sharon's kidnapping. Yet, instead of exposing him, she chose to protect him, driven by a dangerous love that clouded her usual sense of reason. Her family and friends tried to intervene, cautioning her against trusting a man with a history of manipulation and deceit. But blinded by her feelings, Traci dismissed their concerns and clung to the belief that her love could redeem him. One stormy night, Traci received a message from Martin that would seal her fate. He painted a romantic picture of a new beginning in Paris, a life free from the chaos and judgment of Genoa City. Promising a sweet, private wedding and a future filled with love, he urged her to leave everything behind and join him. Enticed by his words and desperate for a fresh start, Traci packed her bags and boarded a plane to Paris, leaving her family stunned by her betrayal. However, beneath Martin's charming facade lies a dangerous truth. Now free in Paris, he moves through the city with an air of calculated malice. Traci's decision to follow him not only severs her ties to the Abbott family, but also places her in a perilous position. Her once clear-eyed perspective is now clouded by the dream of a perfect love, but the reality may be far more sinister. As whispers of her disappearance spread through Genoa City, questions mount. Did Traci walk willingly into a trap? And will her love for Martin ultimately destroy everything she holds dear? Tension reaches an all-time high on the Young and the Restless when Diane delivers 5 devastating statements that push Summer to her emotional breaking point, ultimately leading her to walk away from Kyle. Diane has long been wary of Summer's return to Kyle's life, believing her impulsive actions only fuel chaos and division within the Abbott family. Her concerns grow even stronger as Kyle grows closer to Claire, whose mysterious past raises questions Diane cannot ignore. During a heated confrontation in the Abbott mansion, Diane's patience finally snaps. In a firm, cutting tone, she accuses Summer of being a destructive force in Kyle's life. With 5 searing sentences, Diane dismantles Summer's character, labeling her as trouble and accusing her of poisoning every relationship she touches. Diane's final words hit the hardest, calling Summer's interference a betrayal of everything the Abbott family stands for. The harsh truths strike a nerve, leaving Summer in tears as she realizes the damage her actions have caused. Summer, overwhelmed by Diane's accusations, fights back with fury and heartbreak. She accuses Kyle of betraying her first, reminding everyone of his past with Lola and his growing connection to Claire. In a desperate attempt to defend herself, Summer argues that she has been the real victim, enduring years of emotional pain and deception. But Diane refuses to back down, determined to shield Kyle from further heartache. As the argument escalates, Kyle and Harrison stand helplessly on the sidelines, caught in the emotional crossfire. Despite Summer's tearful protests, Diane remains resolute in her belief that Claire deserves a fair chance and that Kyle's future lies beyond his complicated history with Summer. With the family divided and wounds reopened, the fallout from this explosive confrontation threatens to change their lives forever.